Hey, welcome back. In this episode, we are going to dive into a very simple concept of Azure resource locks and how they help with resource governance. If you're ever or if someone in your team ever accidentally deleted a critical resource, well, you will love this feature then. So let's get started. Now, what are Azure resource locks? Imagine working on an important Azure resource or project, and someone intentionally or accidentally deletes it. Disaster, right? Maybe you don't even have a backup, or there was no protection over the backup itself, and someone just deleted it. Well, that's where you will use Azure locks. They actually prevent accidental changes or deletion of critical resources. Well, to do that, there are two types of locks. The first one is read-only lock. You can view the resources, but cannot modify it. It will be awesome for auditing, or maybe your consultant just want to have have a look over your infrastructure. For those cases, I will say read-only lock will be awesome. Then you have delete lock. Well, it prevents accidental deletion, but still allows changes. You can make changes, you can build your infrastructure, but you cannot delete it. Now, the scope of these locks, where we can apply this. Well, you can apply the locks to an individual resource if you want, or just lock the whole resource group. Yes, resource groups can also be locked, or entire subscriptions to add an extra layer of protection. But remember, if you apply a lock on subscription, it will get inherited to all the resource group and resources under that subscription. So be aware of that. Now, even administrators can't override these locks. Yes, they can delete it if they have the permission, but before removing the lock, even admins cannot override these locks. Now, they need explicit removing rights to remove it first. Well, if they don't have permission and they cannot remove locks, your resources are well protected. Now, how do you use lock effectively or efficiently? Now, first, apply locks to critical resources. You should know which resource or how many servers are critical. So here, you will protect your production environment, your real-time production servers or databases, or any other essential enterprise application or any service which is running real-time and making the business money. You should consider protecting that first. Then you can enforce consistent locking. Well, apply locks across resource groups or subscription for uniform governance. So if you're protecting the whole infrastructure, don't apply lock one by one to every resource. You might miss few. If you want to protect everything, apply it on the upper level of the hierarchy. Monitor your lock status. You should regularly review locked resources to ensure they align with security policies. How about your RBAC rights? Here you will restrict who can apply or remove locks to prevent unauthorized changes. You have to give this role to your trusted employees. Then audit and reporting. Well, here you can track who modify the locks to ensure compliance with governance policy. And also accountability will be there. Why? Because if someone adds a lock or removes it, logs are always maintained. So that was logs. Now we can go to our lab and create some resources and put a lock on it. I will see you in the lab now. All right, now let's check out resource locks, a very simple yet very important feature to protect your infrastructure from intentional or accidental changes or deletion. So for that, I need at least a resource group and a resource just to showcase how resource log actually works. Over here, I have a resource group. And inside my resource group, currently there are no resources, but you can still put a lock on top of this resource group. So if I go to resource group, under security, you will see this option called locks. And we don't have any locks here. So let's add one. Click on add, call it a demo lock, and choose your type. I will choose read only and apply it. Now, there's a read only lock on this resource group. So can we create a resource inside it? Let's try. So let's create a simple resource called virtual network. Create, and I'm going to use this resource group, call it test vnet in Canada Central. Canada Central, next, and class A IP is good enough. I'm going to use the default one, next, and here we go. So there is a problem. What's the problem? That I cannot perform write operation because of this resource lock. And I applied it on the resource group level, so it will get inherited to all the resources inside it. Now, there's a read-only lock on this resource group. Can I delete the resource group itself? Let's try that. As you can see, no, I cannot even delete it. So now if you want to make changes, this is pretty much frozen, this resource group. If you want to make changes, the privileged user have to come back and remove the lock. I can just click on delete and the lock is now gone. You can create resources, you can delete resources, you can do whatever you want now. So test vnet Canada Central, next. I'm going to use a default setup and create, and it should work. Here we go. So deployment is in progress, and yeah, it works. Can I delete everything? Yes, why not? You can delete it on the resource group level if you want. So I'm going to delete the whole resource group. And it's gone. So this is how your read-only lock works. Very important lock. And a lot of organizations actually put this lock once the infrastructure is up and running and there is no need to make any changes. All right, now let's check the delete lock. For that, again, I need to create a resource group. Don't bother about this. It got created when I deployed the virtual network. So I will just remove it. And let's go ahead and create a demo resource group. Demo RG in Canada Central, next, and create it. Now, inside this resource group, I'm going to deploy the resources. I will deploy 2 resources, means 2 different virtual networks. VNet 01, in Canada Central, next, and let's deploy that. I will deploy one more VNet. .2 with a different IP. So a different class of IP is not a compulsion for this demo. I'm just doing it for this demo's sake. The actual concept is delete lock. So I will put a delete lock on the resource group and we'll see if we can actually delete the resources inside that resource group or not. So this resource group have 2 resources now. VNet 1 and eventually VNet 2 will also show up. Here we go. Right now I'm going to put a delete lock on resource group. So I will go to settings and click on locks. And let's put the delete lock here. Done. Now, can we add more virtual networks to this?
Let's try that. And here we go. Yes, we can add more resources to it. Now, can we delete it? Let's try to delete the number 1. Cannot delete VNet 1 because there is a lock. So you can add resources, but you cannot delete it. Can we delete this one? Of course not. And same for VNet 3. Okay. Now let's remove the delete lock from the resource group and put it on a single resource. So I'll go to the lock and delete this. Now can we delete the resource? The answer is of course. If it still do not allow you to do that, just give it some time. I just removed the lock. So maybe give it like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and then come back again. If it's still not working, try to log out and log in to your Azure portal. And now you can delete it. What if you want to protect just one resource? Let's say we want to protect VNet 3. So let's protect that VNet. Under Settings, find Locks, and put a delete lock on it. All right, now there's a lock. So this way, can we delete VNet 2? The answer is yes, but not the VNet 3. But how about we delete the whole resource group? Because there is no lock on the resource group. We can try that. It's saying that you cannot delete this resource group because there is a resource which is actually protected. So in both cases, logs do actually protect your environment, yes or no? The answer is, of course, yes. Logs protect your infrastructure from intentional or accidental deletion. Now, if I want to remove this setup, I have to remove the lock first. All right, can I now delete it? Yes. And I know that putting locks on resource group or just VNet might not look like a very critical thing to do, but remember, what if you will deploy firewalls in your organization in future, or you're deploying some critical servers or NVAs or something like that? Those things are, or those resources are very critical. Then it make more sense to put a lock on top of it.
Welcome back. I hope now you know how easy it is to apply both locks. It takes no time. Just find their scope, pick the lock, name it, and apply. And now your resource is protected. Well, resource locks are simple but powerful way to protect your critical assets in Azure. By applying them correctly, you can prevent costly mistakes and keep your environment secure. So that's it for this episode. It was an easy one. I will see you in the next one. Take care.